Hello and welcome to the Friday Night Craft and Chill. Fat Red Foo first. Yes, you are first. Let's see if this music is a little loud to me. Maybe it's not that loud, but there we go. Kind of in a chill mood tonight. I don't really feel like having anything too loud. Been a pretty busy week for me. How you been doing over there, Fat Red? Hope everyone's had a pretty good week overall, and anyone who joins in is having a good Friday night, soon to be Saturday. Oh boy, that is pretty stopped up. Ostradamus, what's up, Oz? Let me see. Audio okay? I think it's okay. What are you doing tonight, Oz? Thank you, man. Thank you. Good. Audio is fine. Excellent. Ever since I stopped using my headphones, I have everything running through the mic. I just don't feel like wearing the headphones. It's just too much. Especially... the headphones are really just a pain when I have to get up. Like if I get up to use the hot wire cam or something like that. Working on Numa City. Action Figs is here. Ed, what's up, Ed? I'm sorry, Pneumonia City. I gotta use the proper name. What am I doing? Yeah, it's been an interesting week. Lots of doctor stuff with Mom. I got some doctor stuff going on too. Fun times. Just gonna continue working on this building and probably do some paint on that other one that's still unfinished. Probably going to paint some of this building tonight too, which is why I'm just doing these little details on here. So hopefully it'll be dry enough to paint here when I'm ready. Turbo tacky glue should be dry by the time we get to it. Oh, no, I'm making Numa City? Gotcha. Pneumonia City, there you go. That's right. This is Pneumonia City. I forgot. Radnom, you should vend some of your sci-fi stuff for Cosmic Legions at Legions Con. Oz, I should definitely vend some of my stuff at some convention, some point in time. Getting away, like, out of town right now for something like Legions Con is... It's just not a possibility with the current situation with my mom, because she needs someone here all the time. I don't really have anyone else to step in and do that. But, you know, maybe if I'm not a lazy butt, maybe I'll do something at DFW when that comes around. I do have pants. I feel that 100% right. Yeah, dude, I can't go. I haven't been able to go anywhere in quite some time. So, it is what it is. Kilt revolution. I do need a kilt. Kilt would not be a bad thing at all. But I'm pretty sure you're right as to Legions Con would be a good, probably a good fit for me, Oz. For sure. Although this specific stuff is 118. $8 hours on Saturdays and 6 on Sundays because we have a caregiver who comes in. That's cool. Is that a you guys paying for that, or is that a like a Medicare situation? I have thought about doing that. I've thought about it just to have some guaranteed time that I can kind of go do something. Can't afford to pay for it, but you know. So amazing so far. Looks like a marquee for a movie theater. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for, Fat Red. Oz, what's so amazing so far? Is that getting glued to another building so it'll stand up? Well, it's gonna have those wings on the back. And so it'll have these back here, kind of weighting it back a little bit. Which probably... I'm not sure if that'll be enough to hold it from falling down, but I'm probably going to have to put a little roof situation on here too. And there'll be a few options. One, I'll glue it or have it attachable to another building on this side, or I'll put a beam in here so it can stand on its own. You know, one little. I thought about doing one here and one here, but I realized I like the look of just one coming down the middle. So if there's a support beam there, it would stand even like this just fine. Hey, what's up, Thor? Medicare, union pension, savings, veteran. Okay, nice. Yeah, all that stuff is insanely expensive unless insurance covers it. And even then, it's might not be insanely expensive to you, but it's still insanely expensive. Okay, put that over there. I feel like we need something. Something's got to go up here. Something. Oh, this is at Legion's Con. Okay, that's what I figured, Ed. I've been really out of the loop the last couple of weeks. Don't really have a lot of online time. But I'm sure Oz is having a blast at Legion's Con. Yep, that's what we're going to do right there. That'll work. You know what? I think I'm going to glue this on after. I'm going to use the natural black color, I think. So we'll glue that on after. Did you see the dragon they announced random? No, I haven't seen the dragon. Some of the key... Yeah, that's the thing, Fat Red. It's... Whew, boy, is it expensive. Everything is expensive. I don't have health insurance. And I'm actually getting an ultrasound tomorrow, which I got to come out of pocket for. And all my doctor stuff is out of pocket. You take that and then combine it with just the running around, the time, and everything with Mom. Although the Medicare has been pretty good. I can't really complain too much about it with her. But there's always anything like that, though, that type of care. Yeah, I don't know. Let this dry for a bit. Bring this thing back over here. Totally a wild trip, man. Yes. Yes, indeed. We might have some surgery coming up in the near future with her too. I don't know exactly yet, but they seem to think that that's going to be unavoidable. So that will be interesting, to say the least. We'll probably need some form of care, if, just so I can go to work. But we'll see. See. I feel like, was that the dragon I saw pictures of in the toy? Okay. I see it. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That dragon's pretty sweet. The one thing I would say looking at this dragon is I feel like there have been toys. This one looks a lot better. This one looks a lot better. You know, some of those dinosaur toys, though, I can't remember the brand name. Is it maybe Imaginex, or I'm not sure. Some of the ones that roar and stuff, they have them at Walmart and different places. They look pretty good in some pictures. Although this is clearly more articulated and more dragony. It almost looks like a miniature, but big. We just got a stripper pole for her to assist in her lifting. Wow, okay. Yeah, we have, you know, the bathroom bench, walker. I got railing on her bed, all this kind of stuff. She was pretty stubborn about using any of it at first. But one night she fell out of bed, and all of a sudden she was like, yeah, all right, yeah, put that on there. It's like, yeah, no kidding. No kidding. What is that? Is that pewter? No. What the heck color is that? That's pavement. That's got to be dark gray. I think it's dark gray. Deep gray. Let me put some paper down here before I start painting. That could turn quickly into a disaster. Red or burnt umber. You want to know what I almost thought about doing earlier, Ed? Because I was thinking about the doors. I almost thought about Christmas green. Oh yeah, we got red on one thing. It'd look kind of weird, but blue and green. I don't know. The green hurt your eyes. Yeah. Only when you got close to him, probably. You know, actually, some high school stuff would be cool. Like a high school gymnasium or something like that. That would be actually pretty cool. Bleachers would actually be wild to make bleachers. Yeah, bleachers, they would be big though. When you think about the height, I mean, how many levels are bleachers usually? I guess you could do it for a 6-inch figure. I guess you could make them like 10 inches tall would be all right. 118, you could use popsicle stick for benches. Yeah, you could with 118. For sure. I mean, I could hand build bleachers stick built like that for sure. Or I could, you know, design them in Tinkercad and then 3D print them. Getting all the holes lined up to have everything fit together is difficult for me. I'm not really good at that yet. To have like, you know, pegs for things to snap together. I could just build the outline of them and then super glue them together. That would be easy enough. $8 to $12 for the ones that folded out. Yeah. Oh man, those wooden fold-out bleachers. That's crazy. They'd have to come out just as high as it goes up. Still, yeah, it would be a pretty big... I mean, you could cheat it, you know, if you just wanted to make some that were like outdoor bleachers, you could make them 4 levels of bleachers. But if you wanted to do it like realistic, it would be pretty large. But imagine the shots you could get with that. Am I just using the wrong color now? Yeah, just putting the wrong color on that side. I mean, you could get some pretty sweet shots with that, having everyone hanging out on the bleachers. And that might be an interesting way to display a bunch of figures, is have them all sitting on the bleachers. But, you know, not every figure sits very well. They kind of are awkward. A whole stadium. Mr. C on Instagram made some really cool like arenas and stuff, and even just doing like a half arena, you know, like Roman style, but you know, a provincial, not like the Colosseum, but you know, like a province Roman style kind of. That's like a kitchen table for like a half arena in 112, so that would get huge. You aren't that old yet. It's all relative, Ed. It's all relative. Hey, Troy. What's up, man? What's up, my dudes? I'm 45, and sometimes I feel not that old, and sometimes the arthritis in my foot makes me feel old, but that's just life. "55 years young." Right on, right on. It's not the age, it's the mileage. Yeah, I think your 40s, you're young enough to act fairly young in bursts, but you just have to pay for it, and it takes more time for you to get back to normal. You know, like even after work, I need like a ache reduction resting period for like an hour or two where my feet return to their normal size and everything. And then I'm good to go. I take a lot of Tylenol. I do take Tylenol sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but I try to reserve. I get migraines, although less often. It seems like less often lately. I used to maybe get one every single week, but now I'd say I get maybe one a month. Tylenol used to be my go-to, but I've been kind of going for the ibuprofen, and I found if I take the ibuprofen right at the beginning when the migraine is starting, you know, when it's like in your neck before it has a chance to fully take over, it kind of can nip it before it gets going sometimes, which is nice. Okay. Man, Ed, I don't know with these doors. Burnt umber. Christmas green. A blue would look nice. You know what? Blue kazoo. Ugh, enough with the neon. I could do neon doors. I did think about that a little bit. Although neon paint covers horribly, it would be such an annoying pain to get it to not look streaky. I do have some color shift. Some of that color shift stuff might look pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know. What's this one? Color shift purple? Where's just normal purple? Purple pansy, purple iris. Purple wouldn't be bad, actually. How would purple look next to the red? I get bass migraines 3 or 4 times a year, and that's the only time I take pain medication. Ibuprofen is the best. I'm learning ibuprofen is the best, Ed. I didn't for a long time, and then when I had COVID, and I was stubbornly sticking to Tylenol for fever reduction, the nurse was like, you need both because it's not enough. You can't take that much Tylenol in a day. You gotta alternate. And the ibuprofen, I got a little bit more used to taking the ibuprofen. It helps with the headache. How How about red with a burnt umber wash to make them look rusty? Yeah, that would be cool. Let's see. We have red here. Extra strength Tylenol and IB. Yeah. I mean, if you really got to knock something out, some pain or a fever, it does work. You can take them both. I don't usually take them together, but you know, within a few hours of each other. The nurse told me it's fine, and it seemed to work pretty good. In short bursts, not every day, obviously. What, Okay, I'm visualizing the green, and I'm not liking it. The purple is looking not too bad to me. I think purple might be pretty good. The brown is okay, Ed. Eh. Alright. The blue wouldn't be bad either. I think blue kazoo would actually look really good. Doc doesn't like me doing it, but sometimes you have to hit. Yeah. I think I want to stay away from the neon right now, Fat Red. I like the subdued look. It's got a subdued kind of, I don't know. I think neon would be jarring and make it not look chill to me. There's no chill in neon, okay? Let's see. We're going to go to live chat. We're going to do... Yeah, I'm leaning on purple. Purple it is. All right. We'll do the purple. I was about to set up a poll, but I'm just going to go with purple. It's easier. Purple is an underrated contrast color. Okay. Purple's a good color. What do I have in that realm? We're using purple iris, but I have purple pansy, petunia purple. This is like, petunia purple is like Simpsons color palette. Lilac mist. That's super. Super Simpsons. Okay, we got that. I don't know which brush to apply this with. I guess we'll start with a large brush. See where we end up. Petunia. Michael Dumas. Hello, everybody. Hello, Michael. Hello, me. It's me again. Furnace dudes, yeah, that's right. I remember you mentioning that. Now you probably, I'm assuming you meant to say now I can't find my sculpting putty. I was about to say sculpting putty is not that expensive, but then again, it depends on what you're using. If you're using something like epoxy sculpt, it is quite expensive. Yeah. Right. light. All right. This is probably not quite dry enough yet. Well, these are actually they dried pretty quick. Maybe not up here. Could start blocking it, painting in some of this. So where is the deep gray? Do I have enough? Oh yeah, we got enough. Got a whole bottle there unopened. Now I'm scrambling to get my shot for Toyvember. Yeah, deadlines are crazy. When you have deadlines on stuff like this, it feels weird. I've dealt with that with sponsors and stuff. Like when I was doing stuff with Entertainment Earth, and they were cool, you know. But you guys know me; I just like to be kind of random. Having to do something by a certain time, by a certain date is kind of like, Deep gray. Miss Mine Friday made it up today. Nice. See, Ed can't win, but technically he can't lose either. I'm kind of painting this all the same color, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it after. Obviously, the trim is going to be a different color, but I don't know if I might do the interior here darker. Yeah, I think I will. All right, where do we want to do first? Ooh, that's going to be difficult to paint. Yeah, that's a tough one to get the brush in there. I think we're just going to barely manage that. If I had to, I could saw a brush off, I guess, so I have a stubby to go in there. Later. I apologize, guys, if I'm not talking too much tonight. I'm just kind of, well, I'm kind of tired, to be quite honest. I was hoping I was going to have tomorrow off to just chill. Maybe do a little cleaning around the house, a little reading. I've been starting to do that on Saturdays. A little more unplugged time. And the ultrasound place called me back and said, hey, do you want to come in tomorrow? So I'm actually going to do that tomorrow. But that won't be bad. Right on. Ditto. All right. It is the late night craft and chill anyway. We can be heavy on the chill. This is one of those things where it looks like it's not going to take a lot to paint it because there's not a lot of surface area on the front here, and then you realize that like all of this is almost like an entire other building. So it's actually probably more paintable surface than the taller building. Okay. I have a seltzer around here somewhere. Give me a second. There we go. Legend Series, what's up? Great stuff is up. Thank you, man. Thank you. Kind of going out with this purple door right here. Couldn't decide on the color, but purple it is. Yeah, having a pretty quiet night, man. It's a nice contrast to the rest of the week. blue-gray. Where? Oh, here it is. Get in there. You come over here. Hey Briscoe, what's up, man? How you doing tonight? I can't remember if this was last week or not, if I mentioned it. I don't know, but I just watched The Terminator again not too long ago. Yeah, I think I did mention it. I think so. I don't know, man. I can't remember if I mentioned it at work or if I mentioned it here. I need to go find Terminator 2 somewhere now for free. Don't put your thumb there, dude. I am going to paint this bumper detail. I wasn't going to, but I don't know. Let's just see. Good evening, Gonzo. What's up? Check out the director's cut of T2 if you can find it. I saw T2 in the movie theaters, and I did see it. I know I saw it after that, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the director's cut. Stop putting your thumb there, dude. Okay. Jay Gonzo, man. What's up, Jay Gonzo? I think I already said that, but I might be going senile. Deep gray. That needs more time to dry, dude. More time to dry. I could start painting that, though. Terminator 2 is free on YouTube right now? I know I saw Terminator 1 on YouTube for free, but I didn't see the second one, but I will take another look just in case I missed it. Speaking Moistly. Good evening, folks. Good evening, Speaking Moistly. Yeah, it's crazy. I've noticed YouTube actually has some pretty decent movies lately. Sometimes they got like the older, like 80s, kind of 90s movies that they don't have on the normal streaming services. The selection on the normal streaming services has gotten kind of... I don't know. I don't know, man. It's not like it was... It feels very constrained lots of times. It seems so many things kind of pop on there for a little bit and then disappear. Yeah, Tubi or YouTube. Nice. They do, Briscoe. They do. It's the whole model that seemed like it was going to be great and convenient and all that in the beginning has gotten crazy. I don't even necessarily want to say it's like the streaming company specifically being overly controlling, but just the legalities of the different licensing and everyone wrestling with each other. You end up getting a different version of the movie than the one you paid for. You don't get the movie at all. The movie disappears. I'm just gonna... I really just want to go back to physical media at this point. Evening. How was your coffee? I had tea, and it was pretty good. T2, one of the best movies ever, says Fat Red Foo. It's definitely a good movie. Definitely a good movie. At the time, I think a lot of the wow of it was the effects, which are not that amazing anymore. But still a good movie. I had a ton of fun rewatching the RoboCops not that long ago. I know I mentioned that, but that was just... It's like the perfect mix of kind of sci-fi, campy, really good. Okay, let's do some more deep gray. I think we can do some more of that. Maybe we'll glue these on first. A lot of people going back to physical media lately. Yeah, Briscoe, it's... I wish I didn't get rid of my VHS cassettes. I really do regret that. I still have some DVDs in a binder, but I got rid of all my packaging. But I probably still have like maybe, I don't know, close to 200 DVDs, which is not much, but... It's something. The other thing is like everything depending on connectivity all the time is trash. I'm sick of it. You know, the TV wants to update, the TV doesn't work, the TV doesn't want to sync with Wi-Fi, blah, 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 blah. I just want to turn the stupid thing on, stick a movie in and watch it sometimes, or I really miss just being able to turn the TV on and having the analog signal come through. It was much less annoying than the digital stuff. Is it cool that I can watch YouTube on my TV? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's also really annoying when it decides it just doesn't want to work ever. Like once a week it just decides for some reason it's going to lag like crazy or barely work. It's a little annoying. I'll let that get tacky before I wipe that off because it's giving me a hard time. Yeah. Well, like when everyone switched to DVD, I had a DVD player pretty early, but I didn't rebuy all the movies I had on VHS on DVD because I already had them on VHS. So that's kind of stuck me later when I decided, all right, I got to clean up my garage and I have 300 or 400 VHS cassettes stacked in here. So I got rid of them. But I never bought any of those movies again on DVD. So once the VHS was gone, I just didn't have Star Wars. I didn't have any of the Indiana Jones. I didn't have Army of Darkness or, you know, Legend, Willow. Any of that kind of stuff was all gone and it sucked. Legend was a great movie, for sure. Trying to think, what was another one I had on VHS I really missed? I think I had Waterworld. Might have been Waterworld. Oh, The Postman. Kevin Costner. That was another one I liked. They all, you know, it's so funny. All the movies people, like the critics, or you looked up later on the internet after the internet became a thing, and they're like, this movie bombed. This movie was horrible. I'm like, that was one of my favorite movies. The Postman was awesome. Waterworld was awesome. What else around that time? Oh yeah, I had the Mad Maxes. Yeah, the first 3 Mad Maxes I had on VHS. I spend more time deciding what I'm going to watch now than actually watching. Yeah, it's easy to do that, Ed. Easy to do. I worked at Blockbuster back in the day and picked up the used DVDs when we had sales for a couple of dollars, and then when Vudu had the disc to digital. Disc to digital transfer to that. Okay. Postman. Yeah, right? With the cameo appearance with Tom Petty in it. Both of the Costner movies, for sure. Also had Prince of Thieves. Also had Prince of Thieves on VHS, and that's was definitely a great movie back when that came out. Right? Yeah, Gonzo. Waterworld was so cool, and there was so much more that could have been done with the story, but they left it. You know, there could have been sequels. There could have been a whole series to Waterworld. Waterworld would lend itself very well to a television show. You know, you could have the land people and their struggles that happened. How did the baby get in the water? You know, how'd the map get on that girl? Different fighting with the whatever, the smoker oiler dudes. You could have like the mutant rebellion. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that could happen there. Mad Max at Sea, yeah, exactly. I forget the villain's name. Oh yeah, he was the Deacon of the D's. I don't know if he had another name besides that, but he was pretty hilarious. Yeah, that's Hopper, Dennis Hopper. He was good. The fisheye was a bit silly. There's a lot of silly stuff, but, you know, you can overlook the silly. Ultimate box set of Waterworld on Blu-ray. 3 versions of the movie, wow. I've never seen that, Briscoe. Actually, I've never owned a Blu-ray player. So there is that. Kind of around the time, let me think. When Blu-ray started getting popular, I was PC gaming and barely watching movies. So, yeah, I just kept on with the DVDs. And maybe shortly thereafter, I started doing Netflix, but the disc in the mail. And was watching through like all the Star Treks, Babylon 5, that kind of thing. Yeah. But then no more TV for a while again, and then streaming. And when streaming happened, I started watching TV again. Or TV and movies. Shows and movies, not exactly TV. Which I've kind of been cutting down on lately. Terminator was... Oh, I also watched The Truman Show the other day. So Terminator and The Truman Show are the only 2 things besides news that I've watched in probably about a month. Truman Show was super good too. I forgot how good that was. And they were all cousins. PlayStation was my Blu-ray player, right? What was the other one that Xbox had? HD something. There was Blu-ray, and there was another one that just died. Was it HD DVD or HD? I don't remember. HD DVD. Yeah, we all thought streaming was so easy and cool. Now I wish I had to rewind the tape and watch a movie again. Exactly. And it's the same thing with like... I started listening to music on just YouTube for a while because everything was on there. Also, Pandora I used for a while, and that was cool. But now, honestly, I just can't wait to turn my phone off. I don't like using it to listen to stuff. I mean, I do listen to podcasts and sometimes things on there, but you get interrupted. It gets You know, you get a phone call, lose signal depending on where you are, all this kind of stuff, and it's just a hassle. So if I can listen to radio, I'll even listen to radio now. Although I don't listen to that much. Radio, I have some vinyl, and that's pretty cool. It's like really nice to put on vinyl, actually. Four-head VCR unwinder, sure. Yeah, the great Sony Microsoft war for tech superiority. It's funny how well Microsoft has done over the years, but how many times they have just absolutely failed on tech. Obviously, they hit a home run with the Xbox and being the first one to have a really good, robust online gaming network for a console, and then PlayStation kind of caught up. Some might say surpassed them even. But like, I remember the Zune. Oh, that thing was a brick. Some people liked it, but it was just ugly as heck. Yeah, I still got a cassette player, Ed. I got a boombox downstairs in the garage with cassettes. And like I said, I have two record players. One I bought to do a video on Amazon. It's like one of the little suitcase ones. It was maybe, I don't know, $50 or something like that. And then another one, because a company saw that video, contacted me to see if I would do a video for theirs, and that one was like nice. It was like, it's like a $300 hi-fi system or something. It sounds awesome. I don't have any place to set it up, but I pull it out once in a blue moon. I'll probably set it up for Christmas. You really forget how good speakers can sound. All the stuff we listen to is kind of crappy. Although I will say the MacBooks do have pretty decent speakers on them. I love the sound of vinyl. Yeah, me too, Ed. For sure. I need to go check out Half Price Books again. They got quite a bit of vinyl in there. So, Box of Cannons, it's not a theater entrance, but it very well could be a theater entrance. As of right now, it's probably just going to be a generic awning. Might have been something. How do these talentless hacks put out albums? Can you still buy a new album? I'm pretty sure you can still buy new albums. I mean, they even have a lot of albums at Walmart these days, which is crazy. You see vinyl. It's $30-$40 for an album. Now, most of the time, the stuff you see there when you walk through is, classic stuff. But I feel like some of the Like the pop artists probably have some. I mean, I know you need some Swift for your collection, Briscoe, so she might have something, but I'm not sure. The other couple of weeks ago in Half Price Books, I saw the vinyl set of Smashing Pumpkins' Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, and I never actually saw that before in vinyl. It was like $100, but I just remember there was a lot of cool inserts and stuff that came with the CD of that. That was 2 CDs. I don't know how much vinyl you would need for that. Probably, I guess, 2 records. But that was pretty cool. Pretty cool looking. Yeah, it is ridiculous at Walmart, Ed. No doubt. The Barnes & Noble here closed, Fat Red. I haven't seen one in a while. I'm sure there's some around somewhere. Yeah, Half Price Books is pretty decent. And like you're saying, Goodwill, any of those places for sure. Oh, a Stranger Things soundtrack might be pretty good, actually. That might not be too bad. Some of my favorite soundtracks when I was younger, the Dazed and Confused movie soundtrack, which introduced me to a lot of songs like from the 70s and stuff I wouldn't have heard before without that, probably. And I really used to like the Lost Highway soundtrack. I never even seen the movie, but the soundtrack was awesome. Had 9 Inch Nails on it, and Smashing Pumpkins was on it. I can't really remember what else, but I listened to it over and over again. I remember that. Crow. Right, yeah, Smashing Pumpkins song. I think the Nine Inch Nails one was, I think it was Perfect Drug on that? It might have been Perfect Drug. Some people have told me there's a difference in sound quality. I don't think I have much of an ear for it. I can't tell the difference between vinyl and MP3. A lot of it depends on the speakers you're using. If you got some really nice or some crisp speakers, yeah, you can usually tell. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It can be difficult. Your lamp is in the way of the main camera. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Beep. Beep. All right. Okay, well, that needs to dry some. Perfect Drug, yeah. I did like that song. But I was on a very big Nine Inch Nails kick right when that came out. I had traded one of my friends in high school for all of his Nine Inch Nails CDs. And he had basically all of the CDs that were out at that point. Maybe there was some super rare one or something that he didn't have, but I ended up with quite a few Nine Inch Nails CDs. I don't remember the Ravenous one, Briscoe. But I do believe you. STP was an amazing band, first 3 albums. I have Temple of the Dog on cassette, actually. And I've seen STP live one time. One time. It was a little later. It was probably mid-2000s, like 2006 or 2007, somewhere around there. But yeah, SDP, that was like one of the bands that I listened to a lot in high school, especially like there was the Purple album that didn't have a title on it. And then there was Tiny Music Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop. And of course, Alice in Chains was good. Yeah, Briscoe, you should pop them on. The thing that's I actually like about vinyl and cassette as well is it's finite. You know, I mean, sometimes it feels like it's over too soon, but when you listen to things on YouTube or you do streaming or anything like that, it just goes on forever. The catalog is infinite, and it sometimes just eats your... I mean, music is kind of in the background, but especially with visual stuff, it just eats your whole day. You know, you don't have a time window. I mean, a stream, you know, like I guess this stream, it's usually 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and I'd never go really more than that. But if you get streaming, watching videos, you could put a video on and it will just play from now until you're 110 years old and never run out of video, and it's just too much sometimes. Core. Yeah, that was the one that Plush was on. I have Core. Okay. Are we about ready for some paint? No, not yet. You know, we can do that. Bush. Bush was another band people don't really talk about anymore. They were pretty cool. Right around that time, what else? I mean, The Offspring was pretty big around that time. Green Day was as well. Pearl Jam. Tool, obviously, for Fat Red. And I used to listen to Tool. Yeah, Briscoe, a bit too far with the technology to a degree. And I think a lot of it also is, you know, it's this. Kind of cool. We don't need to see it came on. I didn't even mean for it to come on. I just want the blank screen. Kind of cool, you know, very useful. But look at it. Soulless. Totally soulless. Just a piece of glass, which is easier in many ways to interact with, but also takes away all of the, I don't know, the uniqueness of the interaction. Every single device you pick up is exactly the same. Only the software differs. The tactile, you know, the haptic responses they have are good because that gives you a little feedback. You know, so they realized that problem. Could you imagine if you had a phone and it had no vibrational feedback on the buttons? Like, you know, when you turn your phone off and you go to hit the button sometimes, it depends on your model, obviously, and it's just dead. And you realize that you're not feeling the button pressing, but you're feeling the, you know, the motors vibrating in the phone in order to give you that response. So they had to put something in there to fool your brain into thinking you weren't just tapping on a completely lifeless piece of glass. At least mechanical feedback is better, in my opinion. Or better psychologically. Stabbing Westward. Yeah, Stabbing Westward wasn't bad. Sponge. I liked Sponge at the time. You know, I liked... there's some other ones right around there. The Toadies. Counting Crows. They still get radio play. Yeah, Wax Ecstatic for sure. And No Doubt was good. Filter. Filter was another one. Hemorrhage in My Hands. Nice Shot. I really like that Filter and what was the name of that band from the movie Blade? Their album was Vegas. Crystal Method. Filter and Crystal Method when they did that that song together. Trip Like I Do. I thought that was like the most awesome song ever when I heard it. At that age. It's not quite as awesome now, but I used to think Marilyn Manson was great too, but I kind of can't really listen to it anymore. Tori Amos, oh my goodness. You know what's crazy is I could not stand Ace of Base. I couldn't stand it. It was just so annoying, poppy, horrible. And now I kind of like it when I hear it. I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe I've just entered the age range that Ace of Base was designed for. Manson put on a good concert. I was gonna go, but I never got to go see Manson live. Oh man, Korn. Korn came out right around then too. Sound was very unique at the time. Actually, it's still pretty unique. I guess you had some bands kind of like System of a Down and stuff that was, I don't know if I'd say they were similar, but yeah. All right, guys. It's a little early. It's 12:44 a.m., but I think we're going to wrap it up here in a second. There's a lot of songs I used to hate and now I love because of nostalgia. Briscoe, exactly. Exactly. Although it was funny because a lot of the music that was poppy at the time, and of course a lot of the stuff I mentioned was like pop rock, but you know, the more like radio play pop stuff I didn't like as much, but I always liked all that stuff from the previous generation. So, you know, any of the Beatles or Led Zeppelin, which wasn't really pop, but, you know, Led Zeppelin or Steve Miller, any of that stuff like my mom listened to. I liked all that stuff. Portishead. Oh my God. I saw Korn. I never got into Portishead. I saw Korn, Manson, and Danzig. That would be cool at a college in Texas. Chili Peppers was good. Men at Work. I like since I first heard Men at Work, I liked Men at Work. But I don't really think I ever listened to them until YouTube. So it was probably around 2007. I mean, I knew that song, Land Down Under, but when I saw that video, I was like, okay, these guys are really having fun with this. They're running through the desert with a stuffed koala bear tied to them, and yeah. White Zombie. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. I think we made it to 2 hours, did we? Yeah, 2 hours and 2 minutes. Right on the line. So, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Special thanks to my channel members. I know I didn't talk too much this time, but just kind of chill, kind of tired. I've been getting up earlier, so staying up later is... I don't know. But been busy lately, so hope everyone has a fantastic week, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week. Take care, everyone.